So let me share with you the secret sauce to creating a perfect church invite that captures attention when you invite someone to church and get people to seriously consider taking a next step with your church. Because if you invite someone to church and they don't understand why they should take a next step with you, why they should come to church, come to an event, watch this video, they are not going to do anything. Okay. This is where a lot of church invites fall flat, is because they don't have the 4 elements that are necessary to get people to go from unaware to unsure to I need that. We did the same thing with the church I mentioned earlier. Okay, we took their message from God wants to meet you Sundays at 10:30, which is true. Okay, but now, look, we understand that the world has its boot on your neck, and when you feel like you've made just an inch forward progress, you are dragged back to where you started, or even worse. You're worse off. You're broken down. You don't feel better, and it makes it even harder to get out of bed every day. The good news is that you can overcome that, and it won't be under your own power. It will be God through you. If you're sick, God will heal you. If you're tired, He will boost you. If you're burdened, He will take that burden off. And there is more for you in life, for you to love better, to live better, to serve better, to give better. Come to church 10:30 Sunday morning. I think it's at 10:30, whatever it is. Maybe it's 11. When you take a message like that, you show why someone should care about your church. You get their attention. You show why they should care, and you call them to action. Look, it resonated with people so much in their church and in their community that it's now part of their new member class. I don't think anyone else has done this. We have some stuff that we give that go through this system, this process, and pastors like printing it, laminating it, and going through their new members class. It's awesome. I love it. But what's the difference? Why is this working now versus why didn't what happened before work? Look, before they were sounding like every other church, right? Sundays at 10:30, Sundays at 11. God wants to meet you. Okay. You're welcome here. Guess what? If every church says you're welcome here, it loses all meaning. Stop using you're welcome here. Okay. Same thing with you belong here. I belong everywhere. The Mexican restaurant down the street says I belong there. Okay. If you can't differentiate yourself from every other church, you're going to sound like every other church. And guess what? I've tried other churches. And if you sound like them, I'm going to assume that you're the same as them. And if they couldn't help me, if they hurt me, I'm going to assume that you hurt me and can't help me either. Okay, we all have red flags that we listen to when we are watching something, listening to something, meeting someone, and they do something or say something. That's, you know what, I've seen someone do that before, and it did not end up good. So no thank you. Okay, guess what? If some church put you're welcome here and someone visited and they were very obviously not welcomed, when you say you're welcome here, they're going to think they're lying just like the other church. You have to have uniqueness, okay? But not only that, you have to resonate with them personally, right? If you're not resonating with people personally, then you come off as a corporate entity, a faceless entity. And that's what a lot of American churches have become. And that's what the position of a lot of folks on the American church was, just a business. It's the church industry, which, I mean, yeah, I run a business serving churches. I totally get that. But they're personal. That's church to person, not business to business. Okay, that's personal. So you should have a personal invite that shows you understand their needs and you understand their desires, their needs, their wants, and that Jesus Christ, through the context of your church, is the answer. And not only that, churches, guys, when we invite people, we don't offer a clear next step. Hey, I'd love to see you Sunday at church. Yeah, maybe. And that's where if you go out and talk to your congregation, what would a perfect church invite sound like? They say, oh yeah, hey, I want you to come to church 10:30. Yeah, I'll be there. Great. It's not good enough. Because what's going to happen? Hey, I'm ready to pick you up. Oh man, I totally forgot about that. There needs to be a clear and relevant next step. For example, hey, I understand world is tough. But actually, when I went to this church, man, I really discovered God's power in my life. And you see how things have turned around. Do you want to go to church with me this Sunday at 11? Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. What time can I pick you up? Next step. That's what's been missing. That's the secret thing that's been coming up. So let me give you a quick rundown of what you need to do to really create a perfect invite that's going to resonate with the people you're called to serve and get them to come visit you, come to an event, whatever it is. Number one, you got to think about what keeps them up at night. All right. I'm sorry, Pastor, but no one is staying awake at night, tossing and turning. It's 1 a.m. I can't fall asleep. My eyes are dry. My lips are wet. I've gone to the bathroom so many times. I've taken melatonin. I've taken magnesium. I've tried jump roping. I can't sleep because no one is making me a disciple. No one's saying that. So when you just shout, oh, we're a church that makes disciples, who makes disciples, nobody cares. And that's why nobody cares about you. Now they should. People care on this side of the door, but if you want to capture people's attention, you got to stop talking like a Christian and start talking like a problem solver. And yeah, the solution is Jesus Christ through the context of your local church. So think about what keeps them up at night. That's your hook. That's what gets attention. One of our consultants says that's your lean in. Imagine you had 1,000 people you could serve in a building. What's one sentence? Can't be a question. Can't be something any other church would say. What's one sentence that would get that person to lean in and to say, tell me more? I did it today. Bringing people to your church would be a lot easier if you just had a clear and easy to follow roadmap that would tell you what to do. And you kept watching because you were like, yeah, that would be easier. I didn't ask you to listen. I didn't say, hey, stop and watch this video, stop scrolling. I just told you the truth. But I said a truth that I know you want to hear. So what's a truth that your community would want to hear? What would give them relief? For some, for many, it's just understanding that I know how hard it is. Look, today's world is as disconnected as ever. And it's a problem. It is a problem that our community members are isolated and they don't know each other. And if you don't know each other, you can't relate to each other. And if you can't relate to each other, you're lonely. And if you're lonely, you get depressed. And if you're depressed, man, that ball just keeps rolling downhill. All right. Now, length obviously plays a role, but don't worry about making it as short as possible. Just find a way to say, hey, I understand that this is a problem. And it could take lots of questions where we got to walk through it together, okay? Either in consulting or in doing it for you. All right. For our church, it's, hey, we know Christians want to see their friends and family in heaven, but the church just hasn't equipped them to share Jesus. You're like, yeah, that's true. Okay. You didn't say, oh, yeah. Hey, our church, you're welcome home. Yeah. We know the problem, and that's how we're going to answer it, okay? But then not only that, you have to address how Jesus Christ, through the context of your church, addresses that need or addresses that pain, okay? Because a local church is, yes, in the evangelism business, but they're also in the business of growing the faith community and helping people work out their faith in community with one another. So if you preach Jesus Christ, great for you. If you use your marketing and that's how you want to use your marketing, very missional, but missional as far as the Great Commission, not missional of making disciples as the church body is equipped to do, I believe. Maybe you don't believe, but this still works. Then great, you just become like another Living Waters, or you become another Answers in Genesis, another ministry that's just equipping people, but not really calling them into a local body, a specific local body. So how does your church address how Jesus Christ meets that, or how your church meets that need through Jesus Christ, right? How would you present your church as an answer to that need or pain? And then what transformation happens as a result? Okay, this is the hard part. It takes lots of practice. It takes lots of massaging. It takes lots of painful working through. It's like a workout. Okay, but if someone comes to your church and you don't think they're going to be transformed, you got bigger problems that marketing ain't going to solve. But if they can, you need to communicate that transformation, okay? A weight loss ad doesn't work if you don't see the after. A weight loss ad doesn't work if you don't see the testimony. Kitchen cooking gadgets. Ooh, that was fun to say. Kitchen cooking gadgets would work a lot better and sell more if they had testimonials. And you'll notice they always follow that pattern. Look, I once was always fumbling around, cutting myself. Garlic would stick to everything. I just hated cooking, and I ended up eating unhealthy meals. But now that I have the Slapper Chopper 5000, I can cook healthy meals. I've lost 10 pounds. I found $10 because I wasn't spending time chopping garlic. I was cleaning and I found $10. I bought the lottery ticket and I won $1 million. Thanks, Slapper Chopper 5000. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And if stupid kitchen cooking gadgets can have crap like that, how much more important is it that we showcase the transformation, the true, eternal, everlasting transformation that happens in Jesus Christ through the context of our local church? Look, I want to invite you to church Sunday morning. I go, and if God can help me turn around and break my addiction, surely he can help you with this problem you just told me, brother. Okay? Yeah, the world sucks, but I know a great group of people that will actually care about you. And if you want to, we have game night on Thursday night. Love to have you. What time can I pick you up? Can I send you a text reminder? Like showcasing that transformation. Don't stop there. Now show the transformation. Because once you figure out, once you're in this group, man, it's a lot of fun. I honestly can't even wait till the next group. In fact, if you come, we might just start our own group on Saturdays. We'll do it twice a week. What kind of transformation is that? Oh, that sounds really nice. To be around people that have the same hobbies as me. Now that's more discipleship focused. Maybe the church is doing that group, right? What transformation comes as a result? And then you need to give them something to do next, okay? This is where it varies for church to church, right? Hey, can I pick you up Sunday morning at 10:30? What if you come over and watch, right? Hey, you can watch the service online. Yeah, I might do that first. Perfect. Why don't I make some of my great queso and you come over and we'll watch together? That's more really, honestly, if someone's going to watch online church, it's more like how the early church would have done it, I think. But listen, if you don't have this perfect invite in place, okay, let's put it into context here. If you don't have this perfect invite in place, this isn't just for your people to use. This is also for your marketing to use. If your website doesn't call out that problem that just can't be solved except for Jesus Christ through the context of your church, if you don't point out how your church is the answer, both empathetically and authoritatively to go through story brand method to people, okay? And if you don't showcase the transformation that happens as a result, no one will care. Okay, this is why the first thing you should do, and the first thing we do with any client we work with, is to get that message down. Okay, our own church did the same thing. Like I said, we used to say we're a church that we're a first century. What was it? We're a first century church in a 21st century world. What does that mean? Only Christians would somewhat understand what that was. So we shifted. We understand that a lot of Christians want to see their friends and family in heaven, but they don't know how to share Jesus, and it's uncomfortable to invite them to a new place surrounded by strangers. So what we do is we give you the resources to share Jesus Christ in your own home and also work out your own faith in the process to be the disciple maker you're called to be, so you can more easily share Jesus with your friends and family. We do ours Sunday afternoons. You want to come? It sounds simple, but you got to wrestle with it. But when you do, just that one change will honestly get more people inviting to your church, and you get more people inviting. It's just a law of large numbers. You will get more people coming to your church.